What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a new thing we're going to try for this one. If you guys go on to enjoy it, leave a like and we'll do one for the remaining inning programs. This is going to be an inning program prediction video. I think it might be kind of fun just to predict what happens, what cards they're going to release and so on. I'm just going to predict, or try to predict, I guess, the bosses, who I think they're going to release, and I have some logic behind who I think they're going to release too. It's not just me guessing and me dreaming about what players. Like, I have some kind of logic that I'll walk you through, but if you guys go on to enjoy it, make sure to leave a like. I would appreciate it. If you guys want to see one for the 6th inning program, I guess in like a month and a half, whenever that comes out. But anyway, each program, of course, to set this up, each program has 3 bosses. I'm sure you guys all know. So far, at least one in every program has been a pitcher. So, in my prediction here, I think there's going to be 1 pitcher. I think there's going to be 2 position players. We've had every position covered pretty much, except for catcher and first base and shortstop. No, we just had a shortstop. I'm stupid. Catcher and now I guess first base. So those are really the positions I'm going to be focusing on, and then I'll throw in a few extra guys at the end. I think I'm going to guess about 5 or 6 players, and we'll see if any of them are remotely close. But these are just my guesses. You guys can guess along in the comment section too. Let me know who you guys think or who you guys want in the 5th inning program. But without me talking anymore, let's get into the video. The first card I think that's the most likely is going to be a Signature Series Bob Gibson. Of course, this is his breakout card. I'm just using it to talk about him. So don't read into the stats at all. I'm not going to go over them a ton. I think this card would be amazing. He's got a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. This card would be incredible. I think a 99 overall Bob Gibson, I think, would be a card that everyone would want in their rotation. I think it would be disgusting with the upped velocity and break. I really think if they continue down the starting pitcher route, Bob Gibson is definitely a card that interests me. It's definitely a card that would interest a lot of the community too. I just think, of course, Bob Gibson, an immortal last year, one of the best pitchers in the game last year, certainly could set up to be one of the better pitchers in the game this year. I'm going to guess 1 more pitcher, and it is going to be another guy named Bob in Bob Feller. Bob Feller, of course, was an immortal at the end of last year. I think if you remember some of the events, you had to like grind a bunch of events and you got like, I don't know, a bunch of different cards. And anyway, Bob Feller, the immortal, was one of those cards, and he was nasty. I think this year, especially with the upped velocities, this card would be hard to hit. I mean, you can see even on this breakout 1939 card, 116 stamina, so you match the velocity, 98 velocity. Probably he has an increase in break. 112 Ks per 9 would be amazing for a starter. The only thing would be he's going to be essentially like Nolan Ryan in that he throws gas, has a few breaking pitches, is going to be hard to control. Bob Feller, though, would be disgusting. So I think one of the Bobs is going to be our pitcher if they go the starting pitcher route. Let's talk about first baseman. One of the obvious first baseman picks, and I think one they'll go with here pretty soon, is going to be an Albert Pujols card. Now this is off of a different screen, so the attributes don't go all the way up to 125. This is just something for me to talk over, but an Albert Pujols card here would be amazing. I mean, we're talking about an elite hitting first baseman, certainly an Albert Pujols, who has just accumulated many stats and just accolades throughout his career. Albert Pujols, a guy with 3,000 hits. He's a guy with many home runs. Yeah, Pujols is a guy that's a career 300 hitter as it stands right now. He's hitting 301. He has 647 home runs as I'm recording the video. I mean, certainly a contact guy. He's going to have over 100 contact on both sides, I'm sure. Over 100 power, certainly. The fielding is going to be higher than a 68, I would assume, as it's just And even if it's not, the fielding at first base doesn't matter a ton. Albert Pujols, to me, makes all the sense in the world to be in this program if they went the first baseman route. The next guy they could go with potentially here is an Adrian Gonzales card. I mean, I know this guy maybe not as sexy as Albert Pujols, but certainly a guy that's been around the league a long time. He's got all kinds of hits. We can see on the screen here 12 years of MLB service. A guy who has 300 career home runs, a 287 batting average, 42 WAR. Adrian Gonzales, I mean, I know he's up there in age. He hasn't been as productive as Pujols, but if they went not Pujols, I could see Adrian Gonzales being the guy at first base. Another guy at first base I could see, and this is getting a lot of talk, so I'll just talk on it briefly, Lou Gehrig. Of course, one of the best hitters in the game. You can see even on this card here, 99, 96, 99, 84. I mean, this card would rake against both sides, and then the fielding's not terrible. The speed's pretty good for a first baseman. Lou Gehrig, to me, would be an amazing card for them to release. I just don't know if they'll release it here. The last guy here, Jimmie Foxx. And Jimmie Foxx is the one, to me, that excites me personally the most. He's a 3-time MVP winner, all right? This guy was an amazing player back when he played. He played for 20 years. He had 2,600 hits, 534 home runs, a career 325 hitter for the Hall of Famer, obviously. Born in 1907, played well before any of you are watching. And if you were born before Jimmie Foxx, comment below. I'll give you a shout out in the next video, but I sincerely doubt it. But Jimmie Foxx, I mean, this guy is certainly a guy that could have and deserves a signature series card. The problem with the Jimmie Foxx theory here is that he was a headliners card pretty early in the year. Not pretty early, but early enough that I feel like they would need to wait to release a Jimmie Foxx card if he gets one. The Jimmie Foxx is a card that I think could be released soon and would be an end game first baseman. Another first baseman I just thought of right now, we'll talk about him briefly, Jeff Bagwell. Last year he had a 98 overall card, and that was just for 1 year. I mean, crazy numbers, insane numbers. Jeff Bagwell certainly could be the signature series card, one of the bosses here. First catcher I want to talk about, Mike Piazza, 99 overall. I don't need to talk about him a lot. He was an immortal last year. He was amazing. The fielding's not going to be great, but does that really matter for catchers? I think this card will rake. There's not a lot of good catchers at this point. I know they just released Yadi Molina, I believe, as a World Series reward. I know they just released Gary Carter as one of the Signature Series Choice Pack options. I think Mike Piazza here in this specific inning program makes a ton of sense. They haven't released a catcher yet, and Mike Piazza would be a big name catcher that they haven't done yet. You're going to say, what about Johnny Bench? They gave us a Johnny Bench card for free. Everybody has access to it. If they give us, and I think they will give us a Signature Series Johnny Bench, if they give us a Signature Series Johnny Bench, I don't think it'll be till later in the year, because otherwise that just makes that card irrelevant, the free card irrelevant, if there's a Signature Series out there already. That's the same reason I think Vlad gets a Signature Series card. I don't think Vlad's Signature Series, though, is going to come out till much later, because he was a second inning program card. But yeah, Mike Piazza to me, I would assume, is almost a lock if they go catcher. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, Josh, this was a prediction video. You just listed like 10 cards. There can only be 3. Pick 3. Alright, well, here you go, angry commenter. Here is 3 cards. I think we get Bob Feller. One of the Bobs, certainly. I'm going to go Bob Feller for the sake of being different. I think that card makes a ton of sense. I know we just got Hafner and Vizquel from the Indians. I think they just give us another Indian in Bob Feller. The catcher, like I said, almost certainly it'll be Piazza if they go that route. I can't even think of another catcher they would want to give a Signature Series that would be high, other than maybe Jorge Posada, but I don't think they're going to do that. And then the last card, I really hope it's Jimmie Foxx. I really hope that. I don't think it's going to happen. A dope Jimmie Foxx card would be amazing. I would buy that in a heartbeat. I would grind that. That would be my choice in a heartbeat. I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's going to be Pujols or Gehrig. We'll say Lou Gehrig. Pujols will probably come later down the line. But I think that makes the most sense to me, because that'll give us a card that they've given us at every position, and then from there they can kind of do whatever they want. So those are the 3 cards. I think I just said Piazza, Feller, and Lou Gehrig. Those are the 3 cards I think. Comment below what 3 cards you think are going to be at the 5th inning program. I would love to hear what you guys think. I'll have a video out tomorrow after the stream breaking it down. If you don't catch the stream, it'll just be a breakdown video on everything they talked about. The new moments, the new conquests, the new bosses, the 100-star, 200 stars, the new program they said they're going to release. Or no, not the new program, the new event they said they're going to release, which, if we go over here, the new event clearly states, the new event they're going to talk about, which clearly is welcoming the 2019 Hall of Fame class, which to me sounds amazing. Those cards, of course, those cards would be Mariano Rivera, which who couldn't be excited for that? It would be the Moose, Mike Mussina, Edgar Martinez, and of course the late Doc Holliday. I suspect that's what that's telling us, is we're going to get all 4 of those cards. We've been waiting for a Mariano Rivera card for a long time. I think Mike Mussina could be a dominant card. But anyway, subscribe to the channel for that. We'll break that down Thursday after the stream, and the game has gone into demo mode because I haven't touched this controller for a minute. So go back. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this type of video, let me know, and we will definitely do more in the future, and I will catch you guys in the next one.